Enjoying watching you speak in silence.
Hi, Debbie.
Hi there, Sharon.
Hi, everyone. Who trained me?
Hey, Deb.
Hi.
There.
Wait, Debbie, let's do it again. You mute yourself and you talk, and then, but I'll do the dubbing. I'll overdub what you're saying.
Do this thing at time.
Hey, Jeff.
Hello, Debbie, Auntie Debbie. Hey, you.
Jerry, I believe, already gave us the time signal.
So who will be my correspondent?
Who said the what? What? Who?
For Ashrei, who responds?
I will.
Okay. Ashrei Yoshvei Veitecha, Od Yehalelucha Selah.
Ashreham shekacha lo, Ashreham shadonai Elohav.
Tehillah leDavid, Aromincha Elohai HaMelech, Vavarcha Shimcha Leolam Vaed.
B'chol yom marvecheka v'ahalala shimcha leolam va'ed.
Gado Adonai Mahula Meod, Veligdulato in Cheker.
Dor ledor yishabach masecha, gvurotecha yagidu.
Hadar Kavod Hodecha, V'divrei Niflotecha Asicha.
Bezuz norotecha yomeru, ugdulatecha asaperena.
Zecher Abtuvecha Yabihu, V'tzitchatecha Yiranenu.
Chanun v'rachum Adonai erech apayim ugdol chased.
Tov Adonai Lacho, V'rachamav al kol ma'asav.
Yoducha Adonai kol ma'asecha v'chasidecha yivarchucha.
Kavod Malchutecha Yomeru, Guvuratecha Yidaberu.
Zehodi livnei hadam gevurotav, uchvod hadar malchuto.
Malchutecha Malchut kol olamim, Umemshaltecha bechol dor vador.
Somech Adonai lechol hanoflim, v'zokef lechol hakefufim.
Enei ko elecha yisaberu, V'yata noten lahem achlam bito.
Potech et yadecha, masbir lechol chai ratzon.
Tzadik Adonai bechol deracha, V'chasid bechol ma'asav.
Harov Adonai lechol korav, lechol asher yikra'uhu ve'emet.
Retzon Yereav Yaseh, V'yet Shavatam Yishma V'yoshihem.
Shomer Adonai et kol ohava, ve'et kol harshayim yashmid.
Tehilat Adonai Yidaber Pi, Yivarech kol basar Shem kadsho V'yolam vahed.
V'anachnu nevarech yam et havei adolam, hallelujah.
V'anachnu nevarech Yam Yatav Yarolam. Hallelujah.
We recite Mourner's Kaddish for Wednesday, that's for today, 23rd of December, the 8th of Tevet. The following names are recorded in our perpetual memorial: Sophia Berman, Louis Berman, Anita Kaplan, Manis Greenberg, Carl Morstein, Henry Nadich, Flora Perlstein, Molly Putterman, Mark Schwartzman, Marsha Lee Selko, Marvin Snyder, Marcia Snyder, and Dolores Zuckerman. Jeff, that's Marvin is your,
My father,
and who's Marcia?
not related.
No, not related. Okay. And are there other people here who are observing a yard site for Wednesday? Who's in?
Yeah, Marcia Snyder's Maxine's mother.
Got it. Okay. Hi. Oh, Maxine. Hi. And Sharon, you got a name? Somebody?
Molly Putterman, my mother.
Zichronam livracha. May all of their memories be for a blessing. The Mourner's Kaddish, if you're in the Sim Shalom, is on page 198. If you are saying Mourner's Kaddish, feel free to unmute, even though it sounds a little zoomy, chaotic. It's okay. Page 198.
Gadal Kadash Shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
V'alma divrachute v'amlich malchute v'chayechon u'vyomechon u'v'chaye v'chol Beit Yisrael ba'agala u'vizman kariv v'imru Amen.
Amen.
Yehi Shemei Rabbah Mavarach Le'olam Amen Olayah. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitvar v'yitroman v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shnei dekudasha b'richu le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata damiran b'yama v'imru amen.
Amen.
Yehi Shlomo Rabba Min Shemaya V'chaim Aleinu V'Ya'al Yisrael Imru Amen.
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 Oseh Shalom Imramav Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu V'Ya'al Kol Yisrael Imru Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Yeah, so that was Marvin was Jeff's dad, Marcia Maxine's mother, correct? Howard Siegel, your father, was that for today, Wednesday, or for tonight and tomorrow?
It's actually for tonight and tomorrow.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
So we'll come
My
back.
apologies, Jeff.
Jeff's easygoing. I'm easygoing. The only one who's really on our case about all these things is Dr. Shuali. So we continue with the evening service. I am happy to daven, but I'm also happy to turn davening over to anybody else who's observing a yard site, somebody else, or in mourning. Somebody else like to daven, or somebody who, if no mourner or a yard site observer is interested, or anybody who would like to daven.
I thought Jeffrey was not here last night, and he kind of offered, or we offered him to. He doesn't get to do it that often, and I'm eager to get him to put hours on.
Is that Jeff Snyder or Jeff Davis?
Jeff Snyder? It's Jeff Snyder, yes, indeed.
Jeff, you on?
I'm here. I'm on.
Okay.
Will be the safety net for him.
But Joe, what I meant, are you on? Are you comfortable with Mariv, Jeff?
We'll find out after I'm finished.
Page 200, please rise for the Baruch Hu.
Ready for courage.
V'hurachum yikaper avon v'lo yashchid, v'hirba lach hashiva po, v'lo ya'ir kol chamato, Adonai Hoshia hamelech yanenu b'yom koreinu, Baruch hu et Adonai hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai Baruch.
Baruch Adonai hamvorach leolam va'ed.
You may be seated.
El chai v'kayam tamid yimlach aleinu leolam va'ed. Baruch ata Adonai ha'ma'ariv aravim.
Amen.
V'ahavtacha el tasir mimenu leolamim. Baruch ata Adonai Amo Yisrael.
Amen.
Shema Yisrael. Adonai Eloheinu. Adonai Echad. V'ahavta et Adonai Echa b'chol levavecha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantan levanecha v'dibarta bam B'shivtecha b'veitecha, u'v'lechtecha v'aderech, u'v'shachbecha, u'v'kumecha, u'kshartam liod al yadecha, v'hayu lo totafut b'neinecha, u'chetavtam al mezuzot beitecha, u'v'isharecha.
We're on page 202. V'natati es shamlachem pen yitera vavechem v'savtem v'avatem Elohim achirim achavitem lachem b'chara af aravachem v'tokam.
Ma'an yirbu yimechem v'yimei minechem al hadama asher nishba Adonai lavotechem latet ahem kimei hashamayim al haaretz. Vayomer Adonai el Moshe lemor, Daber el bnei Yisrael v'amarta aleihem v'yasu lahem tzitzit al kanfei bigdehem ledoratam v'natnu al tzitzit hakanaf betil techelet v'haya lechem letzitzit uritem oto uschartem et kol mitzvot Adonai v'asitem otam v'lo taturu acharei levavachem v'acharei nechem asher atem zonim achareihem lema'an tizkeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai V'hitem kedoshim lelohechem. Ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeti etchet me'eretz Mitzrayim lihiyot lachem lelohim. Ani Adonai Elohechem. Adonai Elohechem emet.
Emed v'emuna kol zot v'kam aleinu kihu Adonai Eloheinu ve'en zulato v'anachnu Yisrael amo.
We usually have somebody read the English on middle of 205. Can we ask Debbie Hellman to do the English reading, please? The middle of 205.
Sure. We affirm the truth that he is our God, that there is no other, and that we are his people Israel. He redeems us from the power of kings, delivers us from the hand of all tyrants. He brings judgment upon our oppressors, retribution upon all our mortal enemies. He performs wonders beyond understanding, marvels beyond all reckoning. He has maintained us among the living. He has not allowed our steps to falter. He guided us to triumph over mighty foes, exalted our strength over all our enemies. He vindicated us with miracles before Pharaoh, with signs and wonders in the land of Egypt. In wrath, he smote all of Egypt's firstborn, bringing his people to lasting freedom. He led his children through divided waters as their pursuers sank in the sea. When his children beheld his might, they sang in praise of him, gladly accepting his sovereignty. Moses and the people Israel sang with great joy to the Lord.
Malchuto b'ratzon kiblu aleihem Moshe b'nei Yisrael echanu shira b'simcha rabba v'yamru kulam Mi chamocha b'elim Adonai Mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh Nora tehilot osef eleh Malchutecha ra'u banecha Bokeyam lifnei Moshe ze'eli anu v'yamru Adonai yimloch leolam vahed v'ne'emar ki pad Adonai et Yaakov v'goalo miyad chazak mimenu baruch ata Adonai al Yisrael.
Amen.
Debbie, at the top of 207, please.
Help us, our Father, to lie down in peace and awaken us to life again, our King. Spread over us your shelter of peace. Guide us with your good counsel. Save us because of your mercy. Shield us from enemies and pestilence, from starvation, sword, and sorrow. Remove the evil forces that surround us. Shelter us in the shadow of your wings. You, O God, guard us and deliver us. You are a gracious and merciful King. Guard our coming and our going. Grant us life and peace now and always. Praised are you, Lord, eternal guardian of your people Israel.
Amen.
Ma'azetenu uvoinu l'chaim u'lashalom me'ata v'yad olam baruch ata Adonai shomer amo Yisrael la'ad.
Amen.
Baruch
Amen. Baruch Adonai Mitzion Shochet Yerushalayim. Hallelujah. Baruch Adonai Elohim Elohei Yisrael Osei Niflaot Levado. Shem
Adonai hu
Amen. Amen. Yehi chevod Adonai le'olam yismach Adonai b'masa v'hi shem Adonai mevorach me'etcha v'yad olam gilo yitosh Adonai et amo ba'avur shemo hagadol ki ho'il Adonai לעשות אתכם לא לעם כל העם יברח פניהם
Yareinu yishmak leveinu. Ki hamachut shelcha hi leolamai ad tamlich b'chavod kein lanu melech ele ata baruch ata Adonai hamelech b'chvodo tamid yimloch aleinu leolam vahed v'al kol ma'asav.
Amen. Following the Chatzi Kaddish, We will have the silent Amidah, the silent prayers, beginning on page 210.
Yikadal v'yikadash shemei Rabbah. Yamad yivrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei b'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'b'chayei l'chol beit Yisrael ba'agala v'izman kari v'imru Amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevorach L'olam lo me'omaya yiparach Yiparach v'yistabach v'yipar v'yiterman v'yinaseh v'yitadar v'yitale v'yitala shemei d'kudisha Rechu Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbachata v'nechamata da'amiram bi'ama v'imru Amen. For those of you who haven't completed your Amida, please continue on your own. We'll continue with Kaddish Shalem on page 222. Yikadal v'yikadash shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
Yamad yivrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei b'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'b'chayei l'chol beit Yisrael ba'agala v'zman kari v'imru. Amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam lo me'omaya yiparach v'yishtabach v'yipa'ar v'yiterman v'yinaseh v'yitadar v'yitale v'yitala shemei d'kudisha Rechu Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbachata v'nechamata da'amiram bi'ama v'imru Amen. תקבל צלותון ובטהון דכל ישראל, קדם ובהון די בשמיא ואמרו, אמן.
Amen.
יהי שלום רבה מן שמיא, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו, אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו, amen. Aleinu on page 224. Aleinu לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשינו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמענו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. אנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. כי המלכות שלך היא עולמי עד, תמלוך בכבוד, ככתוב בתורתך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. נאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא, יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד. ושמו אחד.
Shkoyach.
Shkoyach, Jeff. Wonderful. Tonight, let me read our list first. The following names are recorded at Chizuk in our perpetual memorial for Thursday, December 24th, the 9th of Tevet. Harry Balk, Ann Berman, Mitzi Chasen, Alvin Copeland, Irving Dworkin, Katie Finkelstein, Esther Kahan, Charles Leibovitz, Leon Parson, Samuel Priceman, Jacob Raphael, Ann Salganic, Harold Siegel, Bernard Selesky, Phyllis Werner, and Nathan Yaffe. Jeff Davis has been sending me a lot of texts with all this wonderful information. So let's get everybody else in here. Howard, I think your dad's name was just on the list, correct? That I just read. Yep. And is it Guy Masuda? It's your father, yard site?
Gabriel.
Gabriel? Okay. And Anne Salganic, whom we, if I hope I'm saying the name right, whom we just, I believe, also read on the list. That's Don's mother. Don, you're here, correct?
Yes.
There you are. That was your
Right.
mother?
Yeah.
And my grandmother.
And Debbie's grandmother.
Grandmother to
Oh,
Debbie.
you told me today, Debbie, when we spoke, that was your maiden name was Salganic. Salganic.
Great grandmother to Jeff.
Great grandmother to Jeff. Wow. Okay. Stanley Horowitz is
my father.
Martin's father. Hi,
Yes.
Marty.
Hi,
Okay.
hi.
Now, who did we miss? Jeff may have sent me some more that haven't caught yet.
Nathan, did we get your site? No, what?
That's not yard site. I'm in mourning for my mother, Honey Rosen,
When did she pass, Nathan?
November 20th.
Well, המקום ינחם אתכם בתוך שערי ציון בירושלים.
Amen. May you be comforted amongst all the mourners of Zion and Jerusalem, Nathan.
And I have a yard site for my grandfather, Samuel Priceman.
That was Harriet?
Yes,
Your grandfather?
Harriet.
Yes.
Okay, we got everyone who wants to share a name or share anything. Was able to make sure that the names were announced. Mourner's Kaddish is on page 226. May all their memories be for a blessing.
Amen.
Yitkadal, V'yitkadash,
Amen.
Elma Yivrach Yitzim
וימליך
Yikmatem
בחייך
Chayechon Umechon Uchayed Kol Bet Yisrael
בעגלה
Ba'agala Vizman Karim
קריב אמרו אמן.
Amen.
Amen. Yehei
יהי
Shmei
שמי
Rabba
Rabba
Ra
Barach
לעולם
Le'olam
ועד.
Le'omel
Le'olam
Amen.
Hayaya
יתברך
Yitbarach Vishtabach
וישתבח ויפואר
Al
ויקמא
Vitruman
דנשא
Vitnase
ויתהדר
Yithadar
ויתהלל
Vitalel
ותלם שמי
Vitalal Shmei
קדושה
Kidusha
בריחו
Brichu
Brichu.
לעילה
Ela
מכל
Minkum
יפתה ושירת
Bashirata
בשפחתה ונחמתה דמי
Vishvata
בימימה
Bimhu
אמן.
Amen.
Amen.
יהי
Yesh Rama Rabba Mishumaya
חיים
V'chaim
עלינו
Aleinu
כל
V'Kol
ישראל
Yisrael
אמרו
Bimhu
אמן.
Amen.
Amen.
Shalom
שלום
V'Yimma V'Yaseh Shalom Aleinu V'Kol
כל
Yisrael
ישראל
Bimhu Amen.
אמן.
Would anybody who was observing a yard site, or Nathan, anybody who's in mourning, have just any thoughts where they're at, or anything they'd like to share about the memory of a loved one? Those who are here today, especially those saying, well, Nathan, you're still so new. It was just a few weeks in, or a month in. But anybody just, observing a yearly yard site, anyone, if you just want to make a little space, if any, not to put anybody, no one's put on the spot, nobody has to share, but if anybody would like to share, please do. Marty?
Hi. Yes, hi. So my father passed away at 72 years old, and
I think Santa Claus is coming down.
he was like a really, really great guy. And he's missed so much since then. Grandchildren or great-grandchildren. And he was an executive for Drug Fair, which is a local drug chain in the Baltimore, Washington area. And he just missed all the time. So that's it.
And for me, my father died when I was 27, and
Oh, yeah.
I thank God that I had him all those years because I loved him dearly and I think about him every day. If I have to think of, there's so many things he taught me, but two of the things he taught me, he was definitely a member of the greatest generation. He was sick for a fair amount of his life, and as a typical member of that greatest generation, he was very stoic about it, and you really couldn't know. He gave my brother and myself a wonderful childhood along with my mother. And the last thing I'll say is unusual for a parent. He gave you a chance to achieve, but also told you how to fail, which is not something most parents teach kids. He gave you the room to understand that as long as you tried your best and did your hardest, it was okay to reach as far as you could go, but it was okay if you didn't make it. And that made it very easy to try to do the best that you could do and go as far as you could go. So I'm always indebted to him and pass that along to my children.
Beautiful, Howard. Beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Debbie, anything from you?
Yeah, I was thinking about my grandmother. I used to say that she brought gastronomic Judaism into the family because she was the one who made the knishes and the hamantash and the gefilte fish. And, when she died, nobody really continued with the gefilte fish and the knishes. And I felt like my sense of my Jewish identity was, if you think of it as in terms of a piece of fabric, that a layer of that fabric had been ripped away. And it was, I remember Rabbi Zayman came to Shiva and talked to me, and I said, I need to restore that somehow. And he encouraged me to become part of the adult bat mitzvah class, which I did. And very fortuitous because that kind of launched me into my career at Chizuk Amuno. And I never really put it together until just now that it was her impetus that got me going in that direction. So thank you, Nana.
Isn't it incredible how food can touch the soul?
Yeah.
Music as well, but food, my God.
Sure. And I'm saying I have yard site from my grandfather, who I did not know. I never met him. He died in the Spanish flu pandemic 100 years ago when my dad was only 5 years old. So, and he didn't really remember he had slight memories of him, but not great ones. And he was one of 4 children, so he was only 40 when he died. And it's strange that we're going through such a similar thing right now.
Harriet, did you know your grandmother?
Oh, yeah. My grandmother, yes, I was close to my grandmother. She lived maybe 6 houses down the street from us. So, yeah, I saw her all the time. Brought her challahs every Friday.
Where did you buy your challahs from?
There was a bakery near us, Holtzman's Bakery, where we lived. So that was my job, to walk the challah down to her.
Yay.
Uncle Donald, did you want to say anything about your mom?
Yeah, she was a rather unique woman, very strong-willed, and by the way, a very good athlete. She was a great swimmer, great tennis player. I don't know if you kids knew that.
No.
But she was very skilled in athletics and very, I say strong-willed. I mean, she was very strong-willed.
The force of nature.
She was a fighter, and she did everything her way. And anybody who had dealings with her, if they didn't do it her way, boy, she got after them. Because I remember when I was 5 years old, we built the house in Mount Washington. And boy, she was there every day, washing every brick that was laid. And she made sure that the builder followed every code. And if he didn't have the right windows in there, he had to rip them out and put the right windows in. So she was very good that way. Great woman. She was a great cook. I know everybody tries to imitate her cooking today, the things that she made. And it's very hard to do. I know my kids have all tried. I know you, Debbie, and Wendy have tried.
I just made her stuffed cabbage recipe today.
Wow.
Well, she really didn't have a recipe book. That was the tough thing. When you'd asked her how she made something, it was a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Yeah.
That was the way she did it.
That's how they all cooked.
The Yortzeit candle glass.
Right.
Debbie, was it sweet or peppery?
It had lemon in it and tomato and maple syrup. And yeah, it was sweet and sour.
Right. So that's the Polish style. The Hungarian style was with peppers and beef and.
My mother learned cooking from her mother. And because of her mother used to cook for the whole family, but it got to a point where she wasn't able to stand up in the kitchen. But my mother took over and cooked for everybody. And, besides that, my grandfather was a tailor, and she helped him and worked in his tailor shop, which was in the basement of their home. And so she had quite the duties as a young lady. And of course, she couldn't go to school because she was doing all these things.
She used to wash the white marble steps in their house down in Baltimore, which is no longer there. But she was the one who scrubbed those famous Baltimore steps. She never, as I recall, she just kept moving. She was very industrious and she just never sat still. She was always doing something.
Even when she was in her 90s, she used to walk all the time.
Yeah.
And that was her favorite thing, to walk. And She lived to almost 100. We were not sure exactly because the records of her birth were lost in the fire. So we really were never sure which year she was born in. But she lived, I'm sure, close to 100 years old. And she was still kicking and moving when she passed away.
I'm loving hearing about Debbie's grandmother and Don's mom, but did anybody else want to jump in who just having other thoughts about their loved one, or just want to make sure everyone who wanted to just share a thought or two had time to do it? I don't want to call anybody by name. I know a few people didn't share, and that's perfectly okay, but I'm not calling you out, but please jump in if you just wanted to share any. We love, clearly everybody's loving hearing these memories. And if not, I'll say Erev Tov. Have a nice evening, everyone. Wonderful to be here with you.
Thank you. Everyone have a nice evening.
And Yasher Koach to everybody who showed up to say Kaddish for their loved ones, to honor them. Well done.
And Jeff Snyder davened beautifully.
Jeffrey Snyder.
Yes, Yasher Koach, Jeff.
The Masudas.
Yeah.
Be well, stay well. Alan,
Thanks.
Alan.
What is the schedule for Thursday and Friday? Can you give us the schedule?
Thursday is when is Christmas? Is it Friday or
Friday.
They changed it to Friday this year.
Oh, okay. Good Friday. So 9:30 in the morning will be Friday, and
Right.
6 o'clock is Kabbalat Shabbat.
Okay.
Thursday is 7:30 and 6, and there you have it. And Friday, no breakfast.
Okay. Thank you.
You are
Thank you.
Jeffrey.
Lila Tov.
Jeffrey,
Lila too.
Yes.
what was that police car we saw?
Oh, that was Santa Claus coming through our community. The volunteer fire department puts them on the fire truck, and they come through
that's
every year.
cute. Oh,
And it's very
nice.
cool. They usually do it 3 nights before, but because of all the snow and ice, they couldn't come, so they made it tonight.
Yeah.
So all the kids
Never-
go running out and be able to see it. It's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
Oh, very
Yeah,
nice.
they never came through my neighborhood. Oh, well, they usually
Yep.
do, but they didn't this year.
Jeffrey,
Yep,
how
it's
many-
pretty cool.
How many reindeer were there?
How many what?
Reindeer.
Reindeer.
A reindeer. The reindeer I didn't see, but I saw 4 fire trucks. I have to tell you.
Ah,
Hopefully there's
Wow.
no calls tonight. Hopefully there's no calls tonight because they're all out on duty. So
Oh,
that's
wow.
what it is. All right.
Very good. Jeffrey.
All right, Lila Tov. Everybody have a good
Lila
evening.
too. You
Lila
too.
Lila
Thank
Tov.
you.
Deborah, is your mom going to get the vaccine soon?
I have no idea. I haven't heard from them yet.
Oh.
I hope so. But still.